Hello everybody, Lady B here. Today I am making fuzzy navel jam. I have made this before and it was a big hit with my friends. And yes, you know me, I gave a lot of it away. But anyhow, I'm going to double this recipe. This is some peaches that I had frozen from last year. And I figured I better go ahead and get them used, so I need the room in the freezer. The recipe calls for 3.5 cups. And this is closer to like almost 4. So there's almost 8 cups of peaches in here. It calls for 1 large orange. So I had 1 large and 2 small oranges. So they're cut up in little bitty pieces. I did all the prep work ahead of time so you wouldn't have to watch me do it. Okay, it calls for 2 cups of sugar. So there's 1. And 2, so that makes 4 cups of sugar. Also calls for the zest from the 2 oranges. So I'll put that in there. And I'm going to take it over here and put this on the stove. And I'll get back to you when I get it over there. Okay, we're back. I got it over here. I'm just going to stir it up. And I've got my lids over here just barely simmering. And I've got my jars here in the canner. And they are hot. So I'm going to keep them warm until I get this done. And you're supposed to let this simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Or until the peaches and the oranges are very tender. And I will take my potato masher and mash these when it gets to the point that I need to add the pectin. And when this gets to boiling, I will bring you back at that point. Okay, we're back and it is boiling. I'm going to turn down the heat. And now it is time to add the peach schnapps. For each recipe it calls for 2 tablespoons, so I'm going to put 4 in. You all know that I'm not a drinker. The alcohol will cook out of this, but it will leave the flavor. Get out that last little bit of flavor there. Now I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. And we'll let that cook for a while. And we'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back. My timer has gone off. I'm finishing the last of the mashing with my potato masher. And it already smells absolutely wonderful. Make sure all the big chunks are gone. I like some chunks in it, but not like the peaches when I sliced them. This is really absolutely good. I have also sold a couple of these. Well, more than a couple, but now it calls for 3 tablespoons of low sugar or no sugar pectin, but this is all I had, just the regular stuff. And I buy it in bulk, so there is the 6 tablespoons of pectin. Remember, I am doubling this recipe. At the end of the recipe, I will, or at the end of the video, I will go over the recipe with you again. Now turn the fire up. And we're going to bring this up to a rolling boil again. And then at that point, I will Let it boil. It says don't stir it for 1 minute. At that point, I will test to make sure it's going to gel okay. I usually keep some spoons and some saucers in my freezer when I'm making jam so that I can test that way. But after it gets to a rolling boil and it gets to the gel point, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. You get the saucer out of the freezer and the spoon. See how slow it's running off of there? And let's try the... Got a piece of ice on there. I think it's ready. Yep, I think it's ready. Turn the fire off and I'll move you over on the table and we'll be back. Okay, we're ready to ladle it in the jars. Oh, it smells so wonderful. This recipe says it will make 5 half pints. That's why I make a double recipe whenever I do make it. You're supposed to leave a 1/4 inch headspace. And I have vinegar in my little cup here. I got my little chopstick. I know it's mostly liquid, but I always do this just in case. Get all those air bubbles out. Whoops, sorry about that. Wipe my rims. And I made a mess down this one jar, so I'm going to go ahead and get that with the same paper towel. Because I've got extras here. And I'm going to take my lids. Yes, y'all did see me twirl my jar so that all my labels and stuff line up. This is one that don't have one, so it doesn't matter how that one goes on. And that one don't have one either, so. But I actually, I do line them up to how they are with a square. Yeah, I didn't realize I was quite so OCD. But I obviously am. Okay, I forgot. Well, I can do it this way. Don't over tighten, just tighten it just fingertip tight. And I guess everybody has their own definition of fingertip. But anyhow, let me go over this recipe with you again. Sorry about that. It's fuzzy navel jam, or you can call it peach schnapps jam, whatever you want. It's for one recipe. Like I said, this one is doubled, but for one, in case you want to double it, triple it, or whatever. This is for one. 3½ cups of peaches, peeled and chopped. 1 large orange. Okay, you want to take the zest off of that and section it and slice it just into chunks. 2 cups of sugar, 2 tablespoons of peach schnapps, 3 tablespoons of low or no sugar pectin, but like I said, I went ahead and used regular because that's all I had, and the zest of your orange. In a stainless steel pot, supposed to mix up the peaches, sugar, orange, and the zest. Bring it to a boil, then turn your heat down. Let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes, or until the peaches and the oranges are very tender. At that point, you can go ahead and mash them if you prefer to do it that way. Then you add your pectin, and you have to stir that till it's dissolved. Bring it back to a rolling boil. And I stir mine very occasionally because you don't want to stick to the bottom of your pan. And then you get to that point and you don't stir it for 1 minute. You check for gel. When it's ready, you remove it from the heat and ladle it into the hot sterilized, it says ½ pint canning jars, but I'll use the pints. I leave a 1/4 inch headspace. You debubble, wipe the rims, add hot lids and rings, and you process in a hot water bath for 10 minutes. Starting your timer when it gets to a rolling boil. Now I'm going to take this over. Put that in the canner and get me out some more jars. And I don't think I'll need any more than that, but I've got some of your extra. Always like to have extras, just in case. Okay, we will be back here in just a little bit, and I'll show you the finished product. Hey, we're back, everybody. These is what I got. I got these 4 pints the first time around. Well, actually, that 4 pints and this little bit right here. And the second time around, I didn't have quite as many. Almost, but not quite. I got these 4 pints. And these are regular with all the sugar. I made these with half the sugar because there are some diabetics in my family, and I thought I would make it so that people having issues with their diets would be able to enjoy it too. And this is fuzzy navel jam. It is so good, and it tastes wonderful. You all gonna have to try this. Anyhow, before I let you all go, I wanted to ask you all who is going to the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference, May 5th and 6th in Cookeville, Tennessee. Me and Debbie from Partially Off-Grid and Homesteading Channel, and Biddy Boo Brown, aka Dana, is supposed to be going. Don't know if Dana's going to be able to make it or not. She's having vehicle problems, and we've all been there. But they are down to 1 vehicle at the moment, and she's only got a month to get ready, and her husband is down in the back or shoulder or something. I can't remember what it is. Anyhow, he's not able to work on his vehicle right now, so he's driving hers. But leave it down in the comments to whether you're going to be there or not. I would absolutely love to meet some of you all in person. Vivian, Ann, and Umbrea from let me go over here and get their card. I keep getting this wrong. Sorry about that. 2 Lady Homesteaders Hodge, Vivian and Umbrea. And there's their card right there. They're not going to be able to make it this year. So they have asked us if we would stop on the way back home on that Monday to visit with them. We're going to meet them somewhere and maybe have something to eat, or a cup of coffee, or a glass of tea. Yes, with sugar. I don't like unsweetened tea. But anyhow, we're going to meet with them and sit with them for a little while and eat or whatever. Just to gab for a while. But anyhow, y'all leave it down in the comments whether you're going to go or not. And I will sign off for now. Y'all take care. Stay safe. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.